Hello, everyone, and welcome to According to Low Elo.
What's going
Um,
on, everybody? How you doing?
it's been a busy week for us. We're a little behind, so apologies. But I think we're still committed to trying to do at least one episode a week.
Yeah,
Um,
for
you know,
sure.
it's a busy time. So again,
It's a very busy time as we're starting to creep slowly into the holiday season. Starting off with obviously Halloween,
yeah,
um, end of summer. It becomes a lot of stuff, especially at both of our jobs. Summer is like uh, busy season, so that's starting to come to a close. We'll have a little bit more time to devote to this podcast.
yep, yep. So today, Tyler, you go ahead and tell us what we're talking about today.
Yeah. So I put up a post on Reddit, basically trying to get a community, what would we call it, opinion, basically an idea of how people view the game. Obviously, that's how we do this podcast in general. Is how do you view the game from a low elo perspective as opposed to the saturated high elo perspective, where you have a lot of pros talking. This is the opposite of that. Um, So what I had asked Reddit, and we will post the link so you can follow it, and if you want to respond, absolutely, please feel free to do so there or in the comments on the YouTube video. We're happy to read your comments for sure. I asked Reddit, why or how did you pick your main role, and where do you feel like you can improve? I thought it was a very well, I don't know if it's a unique question. It's definitely not unique, but an interesting question that asks people to self-analyze how they play the game, what they're doing, why they do the things they do, um, and where you as a player, where they as a player feel like they can do better. The reason I wanted to include that part is so we are trying to invite other low elo players into the game. And I feel like that is an invitation to low elo players because high elo players, or let's be realistic, people who are plat and above think they're God's gift to the earth or God's gift to the game. So they're not going to respond. So the second you post something like that, you're looking at golds, silvers, bronzes, and maybe even irons if they're not too shy to post anything.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
maybe people reading this too, they could possibly see someone else that, oh hey, they play the same champion as me, or oh hey, I know the same, skill or something that I learned, or oh hey, I didn't even think about that. Maybe that can improve my gameplay. That's the other thing too, is involving the community and getting people to talk. That's what
Well, and part of it is like when I asked for people to improve on, like, okay, I had to think about where can I improve, or where do I think I could improve, and what are other people thinking that they can improve on, and does that align? Am I good at what they're talking about? Because if I'm not, then maybe I have more room to improve on things. You know what I mean? Obviously, I know I do, being a silver player. So, but sometimes identifying what you can improve on is a difficult task. So to see other people post things, like Dean said, can help you pinpoint where your mistakes are, what you can do that's better. So um,
you want to
I
maybe start where about
I was gonna
you.
phrase I was gonna phrase the first part.
Okay.
And I was just I obviously the first part is I'm curious to know why or how people chose their main roles. Did you pick your main role because it's your best role, or is it because there's something about your role that sucked you in? Like junglers, a lot of junglers pick jungle because they don't have to deal with a champion across the other side of the lane from them. They can kind of ignore that. So like, oh, let me play jungle. It's PvE for a second, then I get to be a gank master.
Yeah.
Uh, I preface saying, I pick support because that's the type of role I usually play in most video games, RPGs and stuff like that. I like to play the healers and the buffers, and the debuffers as opposed to playing the damage carries and whatnot. So that's immediately when this game showed, I was like, oh, I either want to play ADC or I want to play support. Those are the two roles that I want to be good at. I might want to be good at mid, but I know that my mechanical skill isn't up to par with most mid laners, even people in my elo. So that was kind of out of the question, which meant that top would be the backup uh,
No, ain't nobody want to play
to
top.
that. And that's the thing is everyone. The problem is everyone wants to play top, and not everybody's good at it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, everyone who's not good at mid plays top. I feel like, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll avoid that situation. But what about you? Obviously, we know you like to main jungle and top.
Yeah,
How'd you pick those?
jungle's been recent. Um, past
Jungle's old, but it came back.
past years I've been playing a lot of top lane. There was a time where I liked being just left on an island. Like I said, I used to play a lot of Gangplank back when he was like insanely broken, especially with Kleptomancy. It's just so easy to just do my own thing, and then late game hits, and boom, oh hey, I'm relevant. Like no one stopped me. But I've switched over to jungle because I feel like that has the most power with macro at least. And
Yeah,
obviously, I'm nowhere as good as a lot of other players. But I like the idea of being able to control, like, oh, hey, let's go to Dragon. Oh, bot lane is shoved up to the enemy turret. You can come help me take Dragon. Or I play a lot with you, and you're playing support, and I'm getting my blue buff, and bottom crab spawns. And I'm like, oh, hey, Tyler, can you start softening that thing up for me? And I'll be there in like 30 seconds. And boom, I take it immediately. It's a lot. It's just,
yeah.
yeah. I
The
was,
duo, the synergy that we use when we play is pretty good, I think, compared to most people. Most people, you see a lot of top jungle or mid jungle duos. You don't see a whole lot of like bot jungle because it's hard for the ADC to come up, but it's really easy for a support player to
no,
say,
for sure.
"Hang tight, I'll be right there." My only issue is that my ADC doesn't always recognize that, and then they just die or they get all in. It's like, no, that means you rotate with me or you back up. Like you sack your farm because we need to get our jungler going. Once we get our jungler going, then we're fine.
And also, I kind of feel like like unanimously, I guess we do. I don't. I like to play as a shot caller. I feel like my judgment is good half the time. Obviously, I'm still dog shit at this game, so I'm not perfect, but I have a pretty good sense of like, oh hey, I'm always looking at the mini map. If my teammates don't see something, I'm like, oh like look, we just played a game against a Kindred that was really aggressive, and be like, oh hey, look, Kindred's right there. I walked over that ward, and sometimes people don't see that. I'm PVEing, so I have more time to just look at my mini map and just see things.
Yep,
Um, and I just, we just killed three of them. All right, Baron's right next to us. Let's just do Baron really quick. And we took a 20-minute Baron that game, and we
we did,
melted that shit. Um,
we did,
just
we did.
I just like doing that because I've had, and I know a lot of people have had tons of games where their jungler just doesn't fucking do shit, and that pisses me off. They can literally make the game winnable. Like I was gonna say enjoyable, but they can make the game
Winnable for
winnable. Yeah,
sure.
for sure. They have the option. I don't care if you're feeding, you die or whatever, but you still have like you're controlling the macro. I feel like it comes down to the jungler, what the jungler's doing. But yeah, I'm having a decent time with jungle. Few champions that I'm playing a lot. I'm really been wanting to play Zed jungle, but that motherfucker just gets banned. Um,
He's like permaban right now in low elo for
I
sure because
I
people don't know how to play against Zed other than by Hourglass.
I wanna. I've been playing Kiana too. That's really fun.
Yeah,
But
Quinoa's good.
Kha'Zix and Kane are just feel really like just
Kha'Zix is
assassins.
really good right
Yeah,
now.
it's weird. It's fucking
Kane's
sick.
solid, but I feel like Kha'Zix is really good right now, especially because he can just take over and run away with the game before he falls off.
Yeah. So yeah. So we're back.
The so that was the first question that I posed, and we got a lot of responses just on that question alone. I did put I guess 3 questions in here, but one of the most recent responses that we had was from Epic Canadian 13. Um, and this person said, top because I enjoy playing duo with the jungle main and making the enemy top 0, 10, 6 CS at 15 minutes. And
That
that's what I'm talking about when I said top jungle synergy is really strong. But in low elo, you can do that. The second you're like, I feel like the second you're in higher gold, a decent top laner is going to go, okay, they're going to do that. They may do it twice. They're going to do it. They're going to keep doing that unless I change my style.
I've
That's very easy to
dude,
do.
it's so easy. It is so fucking easy to tilt an enemy top laner just like that.
Especially because they all think they're hella fucking God's gift to the earth.
It's just like okay, even even if even if they start like bot side and like say if I'd start bot side regardless of what side of the map I'm on and I make my way up to top lane, by that time or I could even if I'm on red side and I start red, am I doing that right? Red's top, right? I think I have colorblind on. Blue side is like the bottom of the diamond,
Oh,
right?
you starting on blue side, or is you start red side and you go top? That's
My
red.
red like of the teams, like I'm on red side of the map, blue side of
Yep.
the map. Okay, so if
Yeah. So
I'm red,
top side's red, blues
yeah, yeah.
blues bot if you're on red
Dude,
side.
I'm fucking stupid. Okay, so if I'm on if
You
I'm
threw
on
me
red
off.
side,
I really had to think
I
about
know
it because I was like, wait.
I
It's like
didn't
you
know
gaslighted me into thinking opposite. Like, wait, hold on. Am
I
I
didn't
reading that right?
I didn't know how to explain it without like, because it's like, oh, I'm on red side. You mean the red quadrant with the red button? Yeah. So if I'm
You're
starting
good.
red side of the map and getting a leash from my top laner on red buff, I literally can just take that shit, especially if I'm playing like Graves. I'll fucking be able to come out of that camp level 2, full HP with a red buff, and I literally just walk around because I know the enemy top laner is not going to fucking ward the river bush. And then just any champion top laner, like we had a Camille that game. That Camille could have, if that was the scenario, that Camille could have just picked E for level 1, jumped in, stunned, dead. They can't, they're not going to get away. They're going to
Yeah.
teleport back, maybe flash when
Hey,
they get
do it
back.
again.
I've had so many games.
The rinse and repeat is so sad.
And then
It's like the salty run back.
that dude ends up dying 5 times in 5 minutes, and then he fucking leaves the game. The game's
He's
free.
tilted, yeah. He's tilted. And if your top laner knows how to freeze a wave really well, it definitely makes it harder for the other top laner to not do that. But what the other top laner needs to understand is there's other things that he can be doing, or there's other things that can be happening on the map, even though he might be useless. But what happens in low elo solo queue games is it's all about me,
Yeah.
and they're just going to bitch to their jungler for not being top, even though rightfully so, their jungler shouldn't be top. Their jungler should be on the other side of the map, taking the opposing jungler's camps, right? Like, obviously, he's going to sit here and set up a camp. He may even take that jungler's blue side, or the blue quadrant.
Yeah.
So you may as well just work the bottom side of the map and make the ganks happen there, or even the middle part of the map. And then if your top laner is worth anything, he at least tries to stay in XP range. He may not have gold,
Yeah,
but then
that's
he can. But then you can have a three person gank in the mid, and then boom, now your top lane is relevant all of a sudden. Like it, there's just having a strategy when you're losing versus having a strategy when you're winning is important. And understanding, like, I know there's nothing I can do here, and I
yeah.
cannot have a fit. Will actually get you literally into the next whole rank.
It's you gotta, like, the easiest thing you can do is just try to be as proactive as much as you fucking can. If it means sitting in XP range, just do it. If it means, oh, I'm gonna walk down and take my own jungler's Gromp or Krugs, just do it. You need to get gold. You walk fucking mid because you know the enemy mid laner is gonna be shoved up for no fucking reason and getting ready to
That's
get their
it.
gank.
That's
Like,
literally it.
just do something. I just remember it wasn't a top laner, but what game was it? Where was it a Kaisa on our team, or was it an Ashe that was just bitching about?
Yeah,
Um,
one of the
they
two.
were just standing like under their tier 2 tower because they couldn't walk up because they died so much.
It
And
was a misfortune.
it was a misfortune. I get it. You get shit on, but you gotta literally make the best of it, or else you gotta do something, or you're gonna lose. So it's a
Yeah.
lose. It's a lose situation. Like,
And
it
don't
doesn't.
go trolling like your jungler by taking his camps or your mid laner by taking his farm. You need to do something in your own lane, and understandably so, it is very difficult. It is very difficult, but that's part of keeping your mental strong. Is like, look, I know I'm losing, and I know I'm going to lose this part. But hopefully, somebody on the other side of the map can do something. Now, there are games where you just get pub stomped and there's nothing you can do about
Yeah,
it, and you just lose it. It happens. It's bound to happen. The way that MMR and ELO work, you're gonna get into those games, and it's gonna happen when you feel like you're at your worst. You have to untilt from those. You have to untilt from those, otherwise you're just going to continuously lose every game that you play.
that's me.
That's the hardest part.
That's me.
It's very difficult. I get that way too. Even as a support, I'm like, okay, I gotta maybe support's not working. Let me play my backup role, ADC, because I like playing ADC because I think it's fun. Um, it's
Yeah,
not my main role, but like I like to play utility ADCs. But I'm bound to get shit on. I'm not that good at ADC. I am aware of that. There's different things to focus on. You're focusing. it's harder. It's really difficult to focus on the map as an ADC player when you're trying to focus on farming and harassing. You have 2 champions to worry about instead of 1, plus a possible jungler. So really, you're thinking about 3 champions the whole time. And if mid laner decides to come down, which is a common thing, mid to gank bot instead of going top like a smart person. Mid likes to gank bot a lot. It can tilt you very easily and change your state of mind in the game.
It's hard out here. It's fucking hard, dude.
It's hard right here for
I
low
know,
elo loser.
I know. Ain't nobody got good mental in this fucking elo. Cause
No, it doesn't matter what either you're in. No one's got good mental. Nobody's got good mental. Was it? I think it was RJ that was saying. Even in like Grandmaster, the mental's bad. You make one mistake and people are just griefing you the entire game.
well, yeah, because the rank skill gap. Because I always see people talking about, oh, like there's Grandmaster players and they have Diamond 1 players. And that skill gap is insane. Like when it gets to that high elo, like the difference between, obviously I'm not speaking from experience, but from what I've read and watched, like Diamond 1, 2, and 3, each of those is so fucking the skill, not like skill and knowledge is so wide. It's insane. Like it's oh, you're a diamond player. Like, bro, I'm sitting here at gold too. Like, what the fuck am I? You know, like it's
Yeah,
hard. But
no, for sure.
yeah, for sure it's in every rank except maybe in iron, because those people just are just slugs and they don't
They
know what
don't
the fuck
know.
they're doing.
No. Hey, we got a new comment.
Yeah, I see that Garchomp, huh?
Yeah, Garchomp said, jungle because I got sick and tired of mid and top Q times.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody wants
That's a very, very fair fucking comment.
Everyone is
Thank you,
playing.
Garchomp.
Everyone's playing mid and top.
That's so funny.
No one wants to play jungle because no
Yeah,
one
no one
wants
wants
to get
to.
flamed.
A lot of people do play support. I do see that. Like sometimes I'll
I
queue
think
up a
it's
support. It could be a
swapped.
long.
It's swapped, right? Because
Yeah.
before, no one ever wanted to play support.
No one ever did. And I would play support. I'm like, fuck it, I'll play. Like, I don't really want to. I wanted to learn how to play ADC better. Like, fuck it, I'll play support if no one's playing it. At least give me an opportunity to learn my role and maybe be better than other people because they're not playing this role.
Because like, even though I said like, I think I said earlier, I'm like, no one wants to play top. I should have rephrased like, no one wants to play top and have fun, because you're not gonna have fun if you play top unless you're shitting on them. But no one wants to play jungle because no matter what, if my ADC is 0-12, my mid laner is 3-5, my top laner is just DC'd, somehow he will log back in and be like, yo, it's your fucking fault we're losing right now.
He will.
He will.
He
It
will.
doesn't matter.
It's a true statement, which is funny as fuck.
Like, he'll send me an email mid game. I don't know how he got my email, but he'll be like, yo, bro, you suck. And I'm sitting here on his graves like 8-3. Like, what?
Yeah, yep.
I don't know.
I suck. It's my fault.
I respect it though. Q times. I wonder what rank. I wish. Damn, they should have posted their ranks, because I'm assuming higher elo, the rank Q times are fucking insane.
Let me see if he gets a response.
I mean, I know right now we're getting like 3 minutes, which is not bad at all. I mean, high elo.
That was long for a flex, though.
That's true. It was flex game.
That was long for flex.
I mean, I've seen challenger people, like streamers, in queue for like 20 minutes.
Oh, we just got another new comment.
Ooh, okay. We're. Whew. Oh, yeah,
Let me refresh the page here. This one is.
Okay.
Oh wait, did it disappear?
Oh
no, Immortal Friend.
Wait, are we getting a lot? I think we're getting a lot. Sorry, this is live. Are we live? Hello?
Are we live?
Hold on.
Immortal Friend. Oh, okay. Oh, he commented. Oh, okay. I didn't get to this guy yet. Okay.
Hold on, let's go back. Oh, so. Whew.
So this guy, where's Immortal Friend? He actually replied. So he commented a while ago, and he said jungle because I thought it's the easiest one because you don't need to interact with your lane opponent on a regular basis, but stayed because it has a bunch of great visually crafted champions like Kindred and Fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
Then I realized you have much more micro and macro management than any other role. From that point, I'm trying to learn a role and the game, so I'm staying on an easier jungler like Warwick. Mm-hmm. I also love top. Clearly, I'm a fucking masochist if you didn't realize that already.
See, there you go. No one enjoys playing top.
Yeah. And so what I said to him in response, so that's great. I'm still trying to learn the macro sense of the game. Besides just knowing when to go for neutrals and stuff, I tried jungling at the beginning of the season. My phone corrected to jingling, so I tried jingling at the beginning of the season. And Warwick was fun, but I felt like I couldn't carry the game. And he said, I have mixed feelings about this dog. I love him as he is, but damn, he is lacking sustainable chase, which is ironic. Most likely I'm doing something wrong, but still. And he has 0 AoE damage in his kit. And I wish he had, and I wish he has like a bit more range on Q, at least for not leap over version. But hey, biting the chunk of poor heavily poked mid laner's side by running out of bush at supersonic speed is a hell of an experience, and he's right. And his ultimate is incredibly satisfying to pull off when I can land this wide skill shot on a straight moving target instead of flying over the nearby wall.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. When you get, I obviously
You get a max range ulti.
The max. So I was gonna ask, what's the max range? Warwick. I know obviously the faster you run, the more range.
I don't even know. I have no fucking clue, but I would assume it's somewhat infinite, right?
Max. Let me see.
You just drop a zillion bomb on his head and then cast E and just let him sprint.
I'm just, dude. Yeah, that's
with
like
predator boots.
I'm trying to see.
Is this gonna turn into an episode about how nasty Warwick could be with movement speed?
Dude, just 4 other support champions. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see what the max range. I'm watching a video right now. Hold on.
Nami.
I'm just trying to see how fucking far Warwick can just jump.
So some of the other responses, I'll go through those while you're trying to find it. Some of the other responses, one person said,
I think, hold on.
Stunting out. Oh, good.
I think it's infinite. I'm pretty sure.
I think it scales infinitely, right?
Wait, what's his alt name? Tell me what his alt name is. You know what it's
I don't know.
Infinite Dress.
Oh,
I'm pretty
Jesus
sure it's
Christ.
called Infinite Dress. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Hold on.
Oh, God.
It is called Infinite Duress. Okay, well, we answered that question. But what I was getting at is when you're going like 69,000 miles an hour as Warwick and you fucking, you zoom. When you zoom across the map and you hit someone with the suppression, that is a really good feeling. Especially if you're not on vision and you just see this fucking blur just it's fucking good.
Better than Zach. I'm glad he's not like Zach where he just starts running like a fucking idiot. Oh my God, that's the most tilting fucking visual in the game. Zach out of nowhere going, like, what are you doing, dude?
So we're looking. Okay,
so stunting out front said mid has the funnest champions, and I had to kind of try to figure out what do you mean by funnest, because we all have a definition of fun. And so I mean, it definitely has the flashiest, and I'm not good at flashy, but it's certainly cool to watch. He goes, yeah, I think that's what I meant to say. Those champs are flashy and fun compared to other lanes and other champs, and that's fair. I mean, the most flashy support, like true support champion, was probably Thresh.
Yeah,
the flash Q or the bunny hop. I mean, he's got a lot to do. Alistair,
I like
Blitzcrank. He's not flashy. The flash Q, that's his flashiest play, and then to pop up in an ulti.
What about Rel? Rel's pretty flashy.
She's got some flash. She does. She does. She's definitely harder to execute than she looks like too. Like, she can be a very difficult champion to play well, but if you play her well, she's fucking stupid. I think I still like Thresh better. I think he's still just a little bit flat. He just has so much more he could do.
Right.
I mean, even a flash fucking flay can really change the way that lane could be. A flash flay, and then you hook someone, and then you you bring your lantern out. You know, like, you could do so much with that champion.
Right.
Garchomp responded. He is plat.
He's platinum. Okay.
So that makes sense, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Where were we at? We're going down still. Let's see.
So those were some of the responses to the first question. The second question I asked was, with your main role, what is your highest rank? Like, some people rank higher on an off role, but that's not the role they prefer or enjoy playing.
Right.
So what's your main role highest rank? What's your off role rank? A lot of people didn't tend to answer too much of this question, and what I really wanted to get at was if there's certain metas that cause you to gravitate towards different roles. Like me, when it's an enchanter meta, I don't really have a whole lot of fun playing enchanters. Actually, I could kind of care less. So that's when I'm like, all right, I'll play ADC. because enchanters are kind of boring. Um, like I'm not a big fan of that. Nami's kind of in between an enchanter and an engage or a playmaker because she definitely does some things that playmakers do, and she definitely does some things that enchanters do. But like I've played Janna, I don't have fun playing Janna. She's really boring to me. Bard is a playmaker who kind of fits into Enchanter, and I have fun playing that champion. I don't have a whole lot of fun playing Lulu. That champion's boring as fuck. Like so when it's Enchanter season, I don't like playing against them. So I'm like, I'll play ADC where I can play something that I know is going to be a little bit safer because they're not going to be engaging on me so hard. And that's more or less what I was trying to figure out. Like, what do people what is that you don't like, and what pulls you away from your main role? I don't know. What about you? I mean, I know you sometimes just find a champion and roll with
Yeah,
it.
kind of. I kind of like doing that. I think as far as like certain metas, I really didn't like. I really don't like when jungle is designated as tank. I really don't like that. Like, because then every game you obviously Jarvan. Jarvan's fun to play. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's if you don't play full tank Jarvan in a tank meta, you're kind of shit out of luck. Um,
You can play Gragas.
Gragas is full AP though. I
He
feel
can still
like
play tank. I
I
mean,
don't.
he's definitely better right now as AP because they're pushing him that way. But like,
I think
usually when it comes back around, they buff his tankiness when it's tank meta.
at least for jungle, I think AP is always the best. But if you're playing top lane or support, I think like Aftershock or Grasping Undying for top lane tank Gragas is the best. Um,
I don't know. AP laning Gragas is pretty
no,
sleeper strong.
it is. But I mean, if you need he's yeah.
No,
Um,
for sure, for sure.
trying to think. Let's see, but don't have much fun with. I don't like as far as roles. I don't have. Trying to think.
It's either support or mid lane.
Yeah,
It's either support or mid lane for sure.
there was a
The
time
two least played roles.
I was playing mid for a little bit because I felt like, oh look, I'm gonna impact the map, which doesn't fucking happen. Because normally I just play champions like Victor or like or Yara
TF.
or yeah. Okay, I really like playing TF because I like roaming. But other than that, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna push out mid lane and run top or run bottom, and that just kind of gets boring. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is too is people like on your in low elo don't understand how to play with that or how to play against that. Right? Like, oh, hey, look, this champion just shoved out my wave and now he's gone.
Where
I
did
should
he
probably
go?
tell people he's gone. Yeah, I should probably tell people he's gone and maybe try to follow or don't follow and clear the wave, but like let the map know, hey, relax. Because about 3 times of him doing that and not getting anywhere with it, he's gonna stop doing that.
Right.
Um, because it doesn't do anything. He might still do that and go take a jungle camp, but he's not coming for a gank. And then once you leave and gank, he's like, oh, I have to push it out now. I have to try to follow and guess. Just learning how to play against a player that plays like that too is its own thing.
I want to look at this comment from Temarimaru. I totally butchered that. I don't. Can you see that? Find that one? They're little friends. Yeah,
Tamari Maru.
Noxie and Yordles.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
the
yeah.
okay. So they said I used to main mid because it's the shortest route. That's something like I feel like not a lot of people like.
Yeah, forget about
You get the lane really quick.
extremely quick.
Main mages, of course, and then the problem is I hate CSing. I think the one advantage, obviously, with mages and spellcasters, you can just use your spells to farm. It's a little bit easier than uh like ADCs. Like obviously you have
I don't know. When I
Ash,
play when I play mid, like I don't want to use my mana on the minions. I'd rather blow up a fucking
but see the
uh
other problem is, or not. It's not a problem, but like all you do is just take corrupting potion and then time warp tonic and biscuits, and you have unlimited resources. And then you just expend all of that, and then base and then return.
basically come back and try
It's
again. Yeah.
I feel like mid lane's OP like that. There's just so much to stand. And then okay, most mid laners are flashy, dashing. Okay, that's what like the other person said.
Yep.
Um, so I'm forced to play support because I still wanted to play my immobile mage champion. So I'm assuming this person probably plays like Brand or
Xerath.
Zera. Oh god,
Maybe even Zyra.
Zyra. See, support feels better than the mid. I don't. Yeah, you don't need to CS obviously, and like warding is good. Warding is so underrated. I feel like people just don't like
People
it.
are scared to use their wards. Like, use them. You're roaming over here, put a ward down. It's okay if it's not informational for where you're going
Just
back to.
put it
Put a ward down.
just wherever. Like you could even just you could just walk out
Honestly,
on
the more random spots you put it, the
just
less chance it's gonna be
you have
found.
4 wards and then a possible you have a pink ward and then if you get the sightstone whatever the fuck that item is called you have an extra one. Um, but like you just literally just base, get 4 new wards, run back out to the map, put them in the enemy jungle, and then base again. And that's like a minute. And then you could just get so much information. And then you could just go to the top side of the map and do the same shit. And you could just provide your team with so. I mean, to be fair, people aren't probably looking at their fucking mini maps because they're blind as shit. But
Because they're stupid,
you're
yeah, or
still,
blind.
you're still, you're still giving so much
Yeah, let's go with
information.
blind.
Oh my god. Um,
You could ping your mini map all day. People still aren't looking because they're fucking dingleberries. I don't know how else to put it.
yeah, seriously though, playing support is super chill. Like I don't play it that often. I probably
Thoroughly
should.
enjoy it.
It's the least stressful because it's like, oh no, I'm gonna sit back here if I'm an enchanter. I'm gonna shield my homeboy. I'm gonna walk up.
I've been flamed by so many ADCs as support. It's not even funny. I'm like, dude, just let me play my support game and you'll like it, okay?
You
Just let
put
me get there.
you put a shield on me and I still died. I'm like, yeah, you dumb shit. Just fucking.
you,
What else do you want me to do?
you fucking suck, dude. Like, all right, yeah, let me just throw a hook at that Morgana with a black shield on her. Let me just do that real fast and see how that works out for me.
And then they also say I also play top, but only when I'm in the mood. No one's in the mood, so.
Easy.
All right, so what else we got here? Where are we at?
Anybody else? Let's see.
I'm refreshing.
Okay. The Master Doctor, who was right underneath that one. So I main support, and the story behind that is when I played more with my friends, I was relegated to being the designated support because none of them wanted to. So I just grew to like the role, and actually found a few champs that I love playing. Now, having said that, I am nonetheless shit at the role, being at Gold 3.
Me.
But people's skill does plateau at some point. I do love playing top because there are a lot of champs that I love using, such as Aatrox or Urgot, but I know that I suck too much to be able to be effective anywhere but in support. And even that is an overstatement. I could definitely improve on being more aggressive in lane, especially considering the champs I main. Also, roaming, but that is more a question of me not trusting the
Yep.
ADC not to die,
There you
so I
go.
stay in lane until one of the turrets is destroyed. And that's fair. That's how a lot of low elo people play it. And I think some of the advantage that you and I have been me roaming or like almost double jungling. Like, hey,
Yeah.
just take a chill pill and the ADC listening or the ADC dying. Fuck it. We still go get our objective and then we come back and the ADC's all butthurt that I wasn't there, but it's like, dude, we just did a thing. All you had to do is not die. So hey, next time I leave, just don't die.
It's
Like
like
it's not
it's
that
like
hard.
it's like check this out. We're on blue side. I'm gonna invade the enemy's blue side of their jungle. See if their blue buff's up. Support's gonna come with me. Then the enemy laners are gonna see, oh hey, they're invading our jungle. They're gonna fucking leave because they're dog shit at the game, and then you have a free wave to yourself and solo
Yeah.
XP. Just sit there. Just fucking. Also, you can spend 75 fucking gold to buy a thing called a pink ward. That will save your life.
They're called control wards.
Oh my bad. It's only 75 gold. I know you.
Yeah,
I know
do
you.
recommend if you're playing ADC, you should buy at least 3 of them at the beginning of the game at some point. Even if you're super fed, especially if you're super far behind, because the reason you're super far behind is because you're getting gapped on vision.
Yeah, like it's just if you base and you can't complete an item and you have at least I know you at least have 75 gold, just fucking buy it.
Yep.
It's not gonna do any and put it down because I've seen people that just get pink wards, control wards, and you just don't set them down. It's like
Well,
just set them down.
here's the other thing too is people cannot resist killing pink wards
That too.
upon
You can
sight.
bait. It's bait.
Dude, it is good bait, and that could help you turn something around. Like, oh, you might be losing lane, but if you can get enough poke damage off on that champion, there's a possibility you can 2v1 or 2v2, and maybe it's a 1-for-1, but that's good. If you're losing, you take a 1-for-1. Any day, you take a 1-for-1. Even if it's a cost of your support or whatever. Like, that's people, for whatever reason, cannot ignore the pink ward.
It's like moth to flames, dude.
Dude, it is. That's exactly. It's like a moth going straight into a fucking light. I don't know why. I feel it sometimes. Like I sometimes need to know I can't get that ward right now. Don't forget about it, but don't worry about it. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
not gonna be able to get it until squad comes down, anyways. But um, let's see. The last question that I asked was about improvement, and so I want to know where you as a player feel like you can improve. Is it wave management? Is it knowing when to be aggressive? Is it positioning? Wherever you think you can improve is kind of answer I'm looking for. And so, like for me, I as an ADC player could improve on aggression, so harassing while farming for me is very difficult. And a lot of times I play games where I've been harassed the hell out of, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm just out farming them. And then, like, the next wave, they're out farming me. I'm like, okay, well, that didn't work as planned. um, but I also play very safe as an ADC, and even sometimes when I have champions that should be more aggressive, I play safe. So that's just one of an area that I need to improve on is when can I be aggressive, knowing when I can be aggressive with my champion, and knowing when I can go ham as a non support, like in my off role as a support. I think I still probably play more on the side of safety. I don't go in as much, but that's because I don't trust other people to stay in it or to follow up. I've been
Um,
burned so many times by that. So
I think and the other thing I think we've mentioned it a few times is we want to do our own VOD reviews of our own games,
yeah,
and because I think that's one thing. Because at the end of the day, at least for me, I'm the only one holding myself. I'm literally the reason I'm not a higher rank. It's gonna be my fault, but I can't. I'm almost 30. I have a job. Like I don't have time to just sit here every day and watch every fucking VOD of my own games, and that's my own fault, and that's okay. But that's probably the biggest thing that I could do to improve is like, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna toggle all the vision on the map so I can see exactly where everything is. And I was saying before, like I'm getting pretty good at like predicting what the enemy jungler is doing. Like if I have knowledge, like oh they're starting bot side and I'm starting bot side, we'll probably be at each other's buffs at the same time. Like if I'm at my blue, they're at their red, and then it's about 3:15 when the scuttles, we're gonna fight at Scuttle Crab. Um, and I feel like VOD review can do that. Will be a good thing. Um, but
definitely playing like when you're playing jungler and like we mentioned before that synergy, and catching that has helped me in my own like without VOD reviewing has helped me in my own like solo games. Like, hey, I see my jungler is here. I'm just gonna fuck telling anybody anything because all that does is get you banned. Uh, I'm gonna just leave and I'm gonna go help or just shadow my jungler. I wouldn't say hover. I'm gonna shadow my jungler,
yeah,
and then if their jungler's not there, I'm gonna fucking gank mid because they're not expecting it. I've been gone for a hot minute. They probably think I based. They're not expecting it. I'm gonna gank mid if I can, and even if I can, I'm gonna show because fuck it.
yeah.
So
Sometimes that's all you have to do is show.
yep.
Like that's gonna push the enemy mid laner off. It's gonna really
Or they're gonna get aggressive, and their jungler's on the other side of the map.
right.
You're gonna get some information off of it, just showing, even if you don't get the gank off, just showing. Um, So that's definitely been an improvement of my own play, and that's a little bit of macro.
Yeah, I think macro I'm doing a little bit better on. I think it's the micro, the smaller, like, oh, should I take my Krugs? Or, oh, the enemy bot lane is pushing up to my bot lane's turret. Maybe I should just skip the Krugs and go gank. Sometimes I have those decisions because I'm just a selfish player and I want to get as much
Dude, I
farm.
never know when the best time to gank is.
And I just kind of go for it and say YOLO. But
Yeah, yeah.
I wanna read this comment. This is probably the best one on the fucking on the thread.
All right.
Matridium Fields. It says, I can improve on being the worst league player in the history of this game. That is something to strive for. And maybe by the end of 2021, I could be at least the second worst. Who would be the first worst then?
Um, is it Rick Fox?
No.
No, Rick Fox is a national treasure. Protect that man at all
I
costs.
miss that dude. Side note.
I
Okay.
know. You know what though? He still keeps up with league people. Actually, I see that he still hosts dinners. Still does stuff, and that's actually I think really really fucking cool of him. Um, being a professional basketball player with plenty of money to stick around, and hang out with some youngsters playing video games. I think that's actually fucking awesome.
See, I'm scrolling down here. Maybe we do like one or two more.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we
Oh,
at?
oh, we forgot the first comment.
Which
I
one's that?
picked ADC because Twitch is love, Twitch is life, and I'm good for.
Good for what?
I'm
No, I'm assuming he said gold for.
I'm
Um,
assuming that's what he meant, but no, it's a good post. Good
Twitch
post.
Twitch is a very good. I think you're gonna know how well the game is gonna go if you don't get a kill. I'm trying to think. I know obviously Twitch is a late game champion, but you got to get that dude going because like if you're laning, you get level 2, sneak into a brush, go invis, and you could kill your enemy laners. It's GG
For
because
sure.
that dude and probably the best ADC to roam and gank. Like you just go invisible and hey, what's up mid lane? Like, oh hi, I'm here now.
Just don't get shit on in lane. But yeah, I mean, he is one of the ADCs that can easily roam and leave, or even just come back to his lane and annihilate you from base because you have no idea where he is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
He's got all the angles. He's like Shaco. He's got all the angles. He can go wherever the fuck he wants. He presses Q and he shows up. You're like, I'm fucked.
yeah, it's like, oh, Twitch walked into a brush for 1 second. I don't know if he's here or if he's in mid lane right now. Like, you just don't know, and it's kind of stressful, and you're just like, oh fuck, I don't know where the. That's why you gotta buy pink wards, people, or
Pink wards.
or
All
sweet. I
right.
don't know.
Last comment. This is a good one. This is from
Nerdy.
nearby brother.
Yep. I almost said
Near.
nerdy brother.
I was
Nearby.
like, wait. Nearby brother 8337.
That's a good one.
He's got a long one, so bear with me, guys. Nearby brother says, I figured out that farming literally pisses me off. It
Yep.
also bothers my eyes a bit having to focus so much on these small health bars, and since I'm playing on a laptop, my monitor
Ooh,
is
I didn't
smaller and it's
even
really annoying.
that.
I will tell you, playing on a laptop, sir, will be a lot more difficult, but play with what you got. It's League. It doesn't require, it shouldn't require a whole lot of power from your computer, so
I
you're
just
fine.
I hope
Don't
you're
worry about
playing.
it.
I hope you have a mouse at least. You're not using a fucking trackpad.
Yeah.
Woo.
So he goes on to say, so I started jungling eventually since farming there is not so hard on the eyes. Then I figured out that it pisses me off as well. People are just dying right before I was getting their lane to gank. They couldn't even play safe for a couple more seconds. I was losing a lot of drakes because I didn't get help when it was the right time to do that, or my team was not following when it was time to contest, and I was still the one getting blamed for not getting them. Was getting great advantages for my laners through ganks, and they were just throwing them all away by solo tower diving or pushing and getting caught by the enemy jungler, etc.
I think that is it's. I think that's why it's important. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to duo, but if I'm playing jungle, or if you're playing anything but jungle, you probably want your duo partner to be the jungler. Like, I think it's just that combo. At least one of you be the jungler. Like, I think that's a
I
good
feel like
thing.
ADC and jungle's not that great
That's
though.
probably the worst. Definitely the
I think
worst.
that's the worst synergy out there
Um,
because the ADC is just focusing on hitting the minions, and the support's worried about the champions.
I totally know about like, oh, like I'm going to gank and then my laner goes in a little early and they die. I know that feeling. The only thing is
That's them trying to set it up
you
for
just
you,
you
and yeah,
just ping the shit out of them, be like, oh hey, I'm on my way, or hold on, wait, because we all know it's not good to have chat on. Just have that all muted and just use pings. And I was losing a lot of drakes because I didn't get help when it was the right time. I don't maybe I don't feel like critiquing this. I'm just trying to analyze this because maybe a lot of times you're probably doing it at a bad time,
or
unless
you're
you're
doing it at a time that you think is good, but is not good.
if
Like the wave may be pushed, but it may not be a good time for you to go do it.
yeah,
You
like
may have priority, but it's not. It doesn't mean that automatically your team can leave what they just set up because it's very easy to lose that.
unless maybe I mean the only thing probably be better is play a jungler that's gonna like either destroy
Play
dragon.
Warwick.
Yeah, Warwick just shreds dragon, or something that's gonna sustain too. So you're not sitting there like a dumbass with 1 HP, and then the enemy jungler just does a drive by and eats your ass, and then fucking smites the dragon. Like just play something like I play Graves. Graves is good because you just sustain the shit out of it, and you can do it pretty quick. And then let's see. Now, still one getting blamed. Of course, you're gonna get blamed no matter what.
You're the
Let's
jungler. You're in trouble just for queuing up for that role. He goes on to say, then I found the perfect role for me.
There we go.
Support, the most underrated role, and basically the one in which I'm having the most fun since I'm not required to farm and I can focus on stuff that actually requires creativity.
That's
I
a
think this season, support has seen the biggest.
popularity like increase.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I would say maybe since Senna's release, I think support's got a lot more popular.
So one thing I noticed on this thread is, I mean, we don't
A lot
have.
of support players.
There's a lot of support players, and a lot of people saying they want to play support because they don't like farming.
Yeah,
They're
which is
not.
weird.
So I guess if you want to like combine everything, it's like one thing you could probably work on is just learn how to last hit better. Anyway, so
Yeah.
let's continue.
He goes on to say, I carried myself quite easily to plat last season by spamming Pike, and then I've quit the game.
Good man.
I believe I could be decent every role except top. In my opinion, top is so dependent on picks and counter picks that it basically makes it a chess game. You have to be extremely careful at every move you make, and sometimes you spend most of the game on that single lane, which is boring as fuck.
True.
I agree with that statement. It is like a chess game because you are pretty much on an island and you're going to 1v1. So when Darius gets picked, you're just saying, fuck this stupid fucking game. I fucking hate Darius. Which is fair because Darius should shit on you in lane. That's just what he does. He goes on to say, I could definitely improve when it comes to small trades on the lane while playing melee champions. I feel like you'd need to understand whatever champion you're playing very well for that and know a lot about matchups, but I never considered taking the time to do that on a single champion. And my friend, I don't blame you for that. That's a shit ton of time devoted to the game, and most of us have lives. So for most of us, that ain't gonna fucking do.
I mean, like the only getting to know matchups, the only way you're gonna be able to do that is just fucking play. Just
Playing
you
more
have
and more.
you have the ability every game. You have the choice to never play against one champion. You have that
Yeah,
power, so you don't at least out of I don't know 155 champions. I don't know how many there are. 154. You can get rid of one. So if you don't like playing against Darius, don't play against Darius.
get rid of him.
Boom, you got that figured out. Now you gotta fucking learn the other 30 matchups.
Learn how to play against Camille.
Oh god,
This is
that
AIDS.
that Camille on our team last game was pretty fucking gnarly.
She was having a hard time to start, but then she really turned it around, and I thought it was impressive.
I was impressed. That was pretty
I thought it
good.
was impressive. She really played. She laid into the scaling, and it worked. I mean, it was well played. Um, into an Ornn where you're really not gonna kill him. You might beat him up, but you're not really gonna kill him. You're both melee. You can definitely out trade him, but he's gonna get a gank, and he's gonna get ganked, and you're not gonna have fun. But instead of bitching and moaning, Camille decided that, hey, let me deal with it. Our bot side is 4-0. Like, let me just relax and shut the fuck up and learn to deal because that's all I can do while my bot side can carry, and then I can get fed once
Yeah,
they're
just
the focal point. And
just
that learning that yo-yo, that back and forth yo-yo of like, hey, I am now weak side.
yeah, right. You just play to your advantages, which in that example was bot lane. Just play it, do whatever, fucking protect those motherfuckers. They're gonna carry the game, and then you'll be relevant. I mean, Camille's gonna always be relevant. You could just pick anybody on the enemy team to die. Like you get a free. Oh, I'm picking this champion to die right now. Like, boom.
You gotta identify your win condition.
That's true. And win.
That's what it
And that
is.
was bot lane.
The win condition was the 4-0 misfortune. That
Yeah.
was at that moment in time the win condition, and it was protect misfortune. So me playing Braum was like, yeah, cool. I'll take all the. What did I die like 11 times that game?
Yeah.
I can tell you, I died a lot.
We still won.
I died 8 times that game,
There you go.
and I was 0-6 at like 15 minutes because it was dive after dive after dive. I'm like, cool. My ADC didn't die, and my ADC is the one who's racking up the kills. So that's where the importance is. I ended up 0-8-24, which is respectable as someone who is trying to protect the ADC and land some engages. And at the end of the day, uh, the very last fight was a misstep by their Ornn, which allowed me to get a 3-man pop up with the Braum ulti and with the misfortune ulti that just shredded through him, and we took the game. Understanding that was our condition, or that was playing through misfortune was what we needed to do, and how do we enable her to do damage was the condition. That was the strategy.
Excuse me. COVID. Not really. I think that's gonna wrap it up. This
Yeah,
was kind of a last minute idea we had, and it turned out well. We got some pretty good responses, some good
yeah.
insight.
If like I said earlier, if you guys want to answer these questions or you guys want us to read your comments, we'll do a second
Oh yeah,
episode or
we'll
something. Or
keep
if you guys
doing.
have questions you want to see answered,
Maybe
that's another good one. I'm happy to scour the posts of Reddit or scour people's opinions and get an idea of what you want to see or whatever it is. Um,
yeah,
I,
maybe
I want to hear your responses.
maybe what we can also do is we'll just follow this post that you made closely and just see if it gets more attention. You know, it says there's 22 comments. It's obviously some of them are your own responses.
Yep.
We'll see if we get any more, and then if there's enough and there's more to talk about, we can make a part two to this one. Um, of course, next week we'll be back to the patch. I believe the patch should come out next week. It won't be on Worlds because Worlds is solidified on 11/19.
So yeah, it's 11:20. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm positive that'll be out next week.
Mumu,
Um,
Mumu nursing coming.
Oof, rip. Play him while
Playing
you can.
Mumu support right now while you
Play him
can.
while you
He's a
can.
fun champion, really strong,
You got
really
about
really strong.
you got about 5 days.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and then of course, we're always willing to talk to new people, get their perspective on
Yeah.
the game. We want to interview you. We just want to have a good conversation, no matter what rank you are.
Yeah.
It's
We don't
fun.
care. We don't discriminate.
It's if you're Iron, I want to talk to how
I do want
sick
to talk to an Iron player for sure.
like someone who's actually like, oh, I play the game, like I want to improve.
Dude, I want to talk to Rick Fox,
Dude, that would be so sick.
but I don't have enough clout to get
I feel like
to
that
get a
dude.
hold of Rick Fox.
I bet that dude knows more about the game than us. Like I
No, I
feel.
don't. I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
don't know. I
I
feel
don't
like
think so.
that dude plays a lot. He played a lot. He couldn't climb.
He's yeah. He's still. Did he? You know, he is bronze. He did make it out of iron, but
I
I
mean,
don't think he knows more about the game.
no. Um, but yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I gotta make tacos in a second, and yeah.
Yeah,
So
guys.
as
Thank
usual,
you for getting this far. Thank you for listening. Hit subscribe. Ring the little bell, little hooky doo bell.
ding ding. Um,
Yeah, that thing.
Follow us on
Make it
Spotify,
ring. Leave a
Instagram.
comment.
Yep. All our
Thumbs up, thumbs down if you didn't like it, thumbs up if you liked it. We use all your feedback. Seriously, Instagram, Spotify, we don't have comments, and I don't think we can put up polls yet because we're not an exclusive Spotify podcast. Anchor, did I say YouTube? I think I said YouTube already.
Twitter's coming. We're waiting on our
Twitter. Oh, artwork. Yes, I need to check in on our artwork
it's
person.
coming in. It's gonna look great. And yeah, just if you have any ideas, even if it doesn't pertain to this episode, just throw them at us, and we'll be happy to either read them out, answer them, or invite you on if you want to talk with us. We're more than happy to.
Seriously.
It'd be fun.
Seriously, we're super stoked on meeting new people that play the game and whatnot. So seriously.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you for listening this far, and we'll catch you next time, guys.
Thanks, guys.